You got to understand, we're going to win right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna win. We're gonna win right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right now.
Obstructed vision. Yeah. Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Trisha.
And welcome to Obstructed Vision, where we have ordinary conversations with ordinary people about the things we want to know, should know, and need to know. The world is constantly changing. Come get a point of view from our personal perspectives while shining light on reality and creating a neutral zone for those of you who wish to come and voice your opinions. Yeah. Hey, we have with us today an entrepreneur who's built his legacy from a grill and a few utensils. Starting from the bottom, that most of us know is the hardest places to start from, selling plates on the street corners, for real, really going to get it in the beginning at the bottom with plates, selling them, going hard. With hard work and sheer determination, we all done learned from his curriculum of how to do it from the bottom to the top. Let me introduce no other but my guy, John Boy. Welcome to Obstructed Vision.
What's up?
Hey, man, yo, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm good.
That's good, man. Yo, we've been trying to get you here for a little minute. Seem like, don't it?
The time is no longer waiting.
You right, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad you're here, though, man. For real, you know what I mean? So, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad there wasn't no issue, especially with us, because we've been having a lot of problems, for real. The day could have been almost turned off, too. But yeah, some things happen on the other end. But, yeah, we here, though, now, man. We here now, though. So, how's your week been, though? Let's start out like
been
that.
busy, constructive.
Right, no doubt. Yeah. So, I guess tell the world and us a little bit about you, though. I guess let's start as a child, though, first, so we can almost build up to how you are and who you are today.
Man. From the streets of Berlin, man,
Right.
Ronies, and
Right.
I guess you want to say the humble beginning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as I can remember, man, I've always been an entrepreneur. Rather, I was cleaning up somebody's yard, going to pick blackberries, poke salad, carrying wood, stuff like that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I just translated that up in adult life, and I started cooking fish back in 89, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Back in 89.
Okay.
And I remember the first customer I had was Douglas Phillips and Danny White.
I remember Douglas and Danny though. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
So
okay.
It's been on from there.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shoot. So, what was your school life? Was you know what I mean? Was you a hands-on student, or was it easy for you to catch on to the book work? I was hands-on. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, you got people that learn different ways. Some people learn through books. Some people learn through verbal, and some people learn through watching.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was none of those.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So how did you?
You had your own learning
How did you get you?
Yeah,
How did you get you? How did you articulate your skills though?
Well, as far as in school, I was a flunk.
Yeah.
Man, because I mean, which I can relate to the people that's, going to school today, why they don't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I took a picture of a group of people and you in that crowd,
okay.
When the picture develops and I hand it around, the first person you're going to look for
You might
is
want to
yourself.
grab your mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first person you're gonna look for in that picture is yourself.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you don't see yourself in that picture, then you're gonna pass it on to the next person to look at the picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And our people don't see ourselves in the curriculum of the American education
That's
system.
true.
So therefore, we don't want it no more.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, we don't see a future in it.
Yes.
I mean, the stuff that they're teaching us, we can't relate to it.
True
It's for somebody else.
True indeed.
So therefore they decide, hey, I can make more money slanging.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you know what? I got a book, The War on the Young Black Male, right? It was written a while back, right? And he talks about the school system and why our boys don't learn the way that they do. And they know it though. They've been researching.
Purposely designed.
It is. Yeah. But that's why they trying to say they had a dumb school down for us when we really more we we really are overachievers. You know what I mean? It's just that because we don't learn in their style of learning, right? In the book he talks about how, and I just gave him accolades too. You know what I mean? Just telling that book. You know what I mean? But they did a study how our boys, when they go out to the streets and they catapult, they excel. You know what I mean? In reading, believe it or not. You know what I mean? You would think that people that's on the streets is dumb. Some of the smartest people. You know what I mean? Prison tells that, though. Prison will tell you the smartest people is in prison. You know what I mean?
Right.
But mathematics, running businesses, because that's exactly what everything that we needed to learn. We hands-on people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they figured out that that's why they implemented the drug game into the streets. You know what I mean? Because first it was alcohol and weed, little stuff, clothes, cigarettes, hustling. You know what I mean? And once they realized that they learn better, you know what I mean, when they work together. Let's destroy them by working together.
Right.
You see how it worked? You know what I mean? That's wild. But that's wild that you say that too, because you're right. A lot of us fell to the victim of not knowing because our ancestors didn't tell us no different. You know what I mean? The only thing they told us was, you better go to school. And a lot of us didn't get that.
Well, they repeated that same slave pattern that they was taught. I mean, like, you know, you wouldn't believe. Did you know what the number one threat to America and Israel is?
What is it?
Most of y'all probably be shocked.
What is it?
It's the young black mind.
You know what? I heard that woman. I heard a woman say that on TV.
You know what? The ambassador of Israel said the number one threat to Israel.
Show live.
Not Hamas.
Show what?
Not the Taliban.
Right.
Not nuclear weapons.
Right.
Young black men in America.
They sure did. But why is that? Where did she get that from?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
All right.
Because
educational. I like that, man. We need to know that. We need to know that.
Even Malcolm said that, you know, an angry, upset cat on the inside is more dangerous than 10 hungry lions on the outside. See, you got Africa, you got all these other countries that's upset with America.
Right.
They can't really do nothing. But we're inside, we're behind enemy lines.
Right.
And we like a cannon waiting to explode.
Hey, you know what? Not to cut you off. I believe I had this conversation with you one time before about other continents wanting to really do something to America, but I think they don't do it because of us. Remember, I don't know if it might not have been you, but I told somebody that. I did. I said the reason why because it ain't us that's the problem.
No.
And I do believe that everybody look at us like we're something that we don't even know what we are. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to put out a lot of information, but I got books on that too, though. Yeah. But I just wanted to just say that because you hitting a nail on the head that a lot of people are afraid to talk about.
Right. See, because like, if you only understood the way the game is being played, they spend trillions of dollars destroying the black mind.
Tell them.
I'm gonna give you for an example. Like, okay.
I hope y'all listening, chiming in, subscribing, sharing. I'm sorry not to cut you off.
Nah, you good, you good. But the thing about it is like, you know, once you awaken a black mind, it's almost setting off an atomic bomb. You know, the Bible constantly talks about how, you know, there's a lion asleep in Judah who will awaken. And that's the reason why the Bible is never really properly taught to us, because if you teach it to us right, we're going to grasp it. For example, like, okay, you know how when parents are cleaning up or doing whatever they got to do around the house, right? And you come in talking loud and stuff like that, and like, no, the kids sleep. I mean, no, don't. And that's the way we are in America. Right. America is like, don't wake them up, because we're still doing our mess. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's proven that, you know, you get. I know there's been several prisons where they closed down the prison library because you get a black mind going into the prison library. They really don't need a lawyer. Yes. Because they can figure it out better than a lawyer can. Matter of fact, a lot of them counsel, a lawyer tell you, hey, look, this law right here is what, and they get themselves free. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Because, you know, once you stimulate and wake up the black mind, he can outdo anything and everybody. I mean, it just, you put it's us, a fact. You put us in a room with everybody, equal playing field. Right. You know, put money to the side, put materialistic to the side. Right. And force a person to think, you know, because I heard this one story. It was this man. He took 3 boys camping, 2 white boys and a black guy and everything like that. And they was out in the woods and everything like that. And the camper was like, you know, well, what do y'all see out in these woods and everything like that? And one of the white boys said, oh, I see a good hunting range and everything like that, you know. And he said, is that all you see? He said, well, you know, build a tree house and everything like that, this, that, and the third. And then the other white guy said, you know, hey, we tear some of these trees down, we can make a good baseball field and everything like that, this, that, and the third.
Right.
And then there's little the black guy said, what do you see? He's like, well, I see if we can cut down these trees and we can make a path down through the river right here. We can set some trailers on this land right here, and we can build some cement, put some animals over here, build a farm and everything like that. He had a vision.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they made the black guy go, they didn't allow him to go back on the next trip. 10 years later, they built what he said. You know what I'm saying?
See?
It's because you don't give away what's in your mind to somebody else because they might have the power to really implement what you're talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Having that happen, that's why people don't know about our intelligence.
Right.
Because before we knew to document, we was just telling them, hey, boss, I found a new way to make this work easier for everybody on the plantation. Well, how did you do that, boy? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for real.
yeah.
They stole it out. We couldn't have rights to nothing. You know what I mean?
No.
So, you know, I know it'd be a lot of talk about reparations, right? First of all, I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about reparations? Where do you stand with that?
I'm all for it, but it's not just about money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because reparations is far more than money. Because what you got to do before you give us money, you got to restore our minds. Because a fool and his money will soon depart. You know what I'm saying?
We'll keep everybody rich like we do.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like tax season.
Right.
You give us $5,000 gone within a week.
They
do
They do it every time.
So you got. I'm for reparations because it's almost like. They say they're not for reparation, but you got to put it to them in business terms, in a sense. Like, okay, if I own a clothing store, and my son came in, I mean, if you own a clothing store, and I had my son come with me, and he spilled Kool-Aid all over your clothes,
right?
He damaged your stuff. Am I not responsible for the damage of what your child, my child done?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
yes, and and the Bible speaks.
That was well put too.
Yeah,
that was well put. Okay, but I'm listening.
I mean, everybody. I mean, it seems like this world is built on to where everybody's held accountable,
and
except them. Except them. I mean, when it comes to like what they did to the Native Americans. Yeah. They did it. They're not responsible. Right. What happened to us? They did it. Right. They're not responsible. Right. What happened to the Chinese? They did it, and they're not responsible. But it's amazing how, they claim that the Arabs did 9/11 to them, but they want them to be responsible. Right. You know what I'm saying? They hold everybody else's foot to the fire, but they own. Right.
Well, you know what, though? Everybody that you named, them other ethnicities, or however you say it, them groups, all of them get something, though.
Yeah.
All of them get something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's weird to me that nobody is paying attention to it, And you know what's wild? We jump on the bandwagon to get them what they get. Yeah. But we won't come together to get ourselves nothing. But I'm glad. You know why? Because I think it's gonna take something tragic for us to wake the fuck up, excuse my language. And we need to. You know what I mean? We've been going centuries, decades of not getting along. Right. What I realized, they made us into the consumer group. For real. We are the second richest nation in America. Right. But we don't own and control nothing. Probably about 0.01% or something. What is that? And that's almost gone with the Spanish coming in. I don't know if you know who Dr. Claude Anderson is. Dr. Claude Anderson said a long time ago that America was planning on invading us with a bunch of Spanish and Mexicans, right? Yeah. To take our place.
Yeah. And the strategic side of that is the reason why they want to do this because, like, okay, with Spanish people, number one, the work labor. Yep. And number two, with the Spanish people, they can be like the new niggas because they can't afford to get out of line.
That's right.
Because
that's right.
if they get out of line, we deport you.
Yep, that's right.
See, with us, they ain't got nothing to do with us.
Right,
They can't do nothing with us.
Right.
If we start boycotting, marching, and all that stuff, they ain't got nowhere to send us.
Right.
But with all
it'll be kind of stupid for them to send us somewhere else. Because you know why? If you take kids right and prison, when juveniles go to prison by themselves, they end up figuring out how to get with people that's just like them to survive, right? So imagine if they send Americans to another continent, we would have to come together.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they also know that you just sent the most dominant group of people somewhere where they got to fend for themselves, and they know we can do it. I'm gonna tell you exactly what told this story, right? They said after 400 years of slavery, and I'm gonna tell you something else. I don't believe in slavery. I don't believe that's what I think that's what they did to brainwash us into thinking. That's why they don't want to give us nothing, because they know that we really wasn't slaves. And I can explain that to you. But 400 years of slavery, we came back and fixed all of this in 10 years. Skyscrapers, cars. You know what I mean? Everybody think Henry Ford was the one that invented cars. No. You know what I mean? See what I mean? So even the tires, the stoplights, combs, greases,
we did it all.
We did it everything.
The air conditioner they over there sitting in.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, it's just weird though that we don't give ourselves credit.
But see, there's a saying that the only thing that the white man invented was a patent and the laws that goes by.
Oh, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't created nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's sad that, you know, they don't even want to acknowledge that, you know, because, you know, to say somebody else created, it's almost like taking them down a notch. You know, a lot of people that's why a lot of people misunderstood the teachings of Elijah Muhammad back in the early 30s and 40s and 50s, because when he was like a master psychologist. Yeah. You know, because when he said that the white man is the devil, you know, everybody had white people up here. Yeah. Yeah. And had us down here. Yeah, of course. But when you say the white man is the devil, you put us on equal playing field. That's exactly right. You know, like, okay, we see each other eye to eye, and they don't want to be seen eye to eye. Not at all. They don't want to be seen for who they are and what they are. You know, so in order to get anywhere in America, you know, they say race relations got to improve. In order to get anywhere with that, you gotta come head to head with the truth. That's right. You know, if you want to keep, it's almost like in a relationship. You know, a man has been abusive to his woman. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And he just done cussed out. He done embarrassed her in front of the cookout and everything like that. Yeah. He can't go back in the house one song that night. You know what I'm saying? There's gotta have there's an honest conversation got to be had. That's right. Or else that's going to happen again. Yeah. And again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing it is with race relations. Yep. They got to come head to head with what they done and what they owe. Right. You know, because until they do that, we're not going to move the page. They can continue to try to move the page, but we're not. That's not going to happen. It's right. No doubt. Yeah. But you know what though? They winning, and I'm not talking about with finances or nothing. With how our minds is gone. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Right now, with the planet changing like it is, only ones that's open can even get the energy that Mother Earth is giving to us to put out, right? It's going to be a lot of people left behind, stuck in the old mind frame, you know what I mean? So the purpose of what it is that we decide to do is to start bringing people in so they can see who we are, what we about, and how to work together. That's one thing that we don't know how to do. How is it that we watch everything else and learn how to do it? We really ain't criminals like that. We ain't really gangsters like that. You know, I had a disagreement with a guy, white guy, and he was like, "Man, let me find out that we really the minority group." You know what I mean? He started laughing. I said, "Why is that funny?" He was like, "For us to think that we y'all are the minority group." You know what I mean? They outnumbered big time. He was like, "Well, I'm just saying." I'm saying, no. The only thing that makes y'all different is that y'all willing to do things that we ain't willing to do. You know what I mean? That's true. It's a history. They got a book. Have you ever heard of? I'm gonna put another one out there for everybody, and it's really expensive, but it's called "Without Sanctuary." Yeah. I bought that book about 3-4 times. Every time I lend to somebody, I don't get it back, do you? No, never get it back. Man, it's unreal. It's unreal. I mean, come on, man.
postcards.
Yeah. Oh man. And another book, Bullwhip Days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Oh man. Yeah. I mean,
Remember
you
that?
can actually. When you read that book, you can almost hear the slaves talking to you because they wrote the words down as the slaves talk. When they say they say D.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the slave sounds.
So let me give you. I'm gonna give you something that happened to me one time. Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is whenever I drove trucks. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And my first time ever going to Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For real. I'm rolling through Georgia. Alabama look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I got into Mississippi, and some of them look, and then to see these look like there was a plantation and they still got cotton fields. Ain't nobody working them like that, but they got cotton fields still. It felt like I could feel ancestors and whips on the back. It almost made me angry. You know what I mean? I couldn't wait to get the hell out of Mississippi, man. Just from the feel of going down there. So I could imagine what black people in Mississippi feel like. Don't know what they carrying. I believe in spirits. You know what I mean? And I believe the further south you go, the more it touches you. That's my word. But you got to be in tune with it, though. You know what I mean? Most people probably just go to just sightsee. Me, I was just driving, chewing gum, and smoking cigarettes at the time. You know what I mean? The further I got into it, the more I just started cussing out houses. You know what I mean?
You just got angry for no reason, huh?
But you know what that tells me? I done been here several times before. For real, to be that attached to something. You know what I mean? I don't know nobody in Mississippi like that to feel attached to. So it just made me feel like I done been there before. Ancestors are touching me as I go by, like, yeah, this is one of the places. Because it seemed like different types of places made me feel either up or like, ooh, please don't say nothing to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's wild though. That's how energy works too.
Yeah, don't read that book. You might.
I read everything though. That's how you learn. But I'm gonna go back to something I just said a few minutes ago. I don't believe in slavery. Right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
And this is for everybody out there that look like us. You know what I mean? And feel like, oh, he must like white people like that. I love everybody. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I know that they came from us. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And I had before I get on what I was going to get on, I had a disagreement with the same white guy, right? And I told him, I said, really and truly, if you ain't got 1% of black in you, you were invented. It's impossible not to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but anyway, before there was money, what did you have to do to pay for the shirts and the clothes?
Trade.
If you didn't have nothing to trade, what did you do? You had to work that off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you needed a watch from me, and I'd be like, well, it's gonna cost you 3 months of labor. That's what you done. If you needed some bed linen, because it wasn't money, you can only trade in your manual labor.
Yeah, your skills.
So what they done was made us look like we were slaves. Modern time, because we was out there working in them fields with our kids, because we got a lot of stuff to pay out. We got a roof that they let us live on their land with. You know what I mean? Even though it was ours, I believe we was always here. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How do you explain the brutality and all that you see, the pictures of the
They hate us.
Yeah.
That's no lie. I do believe that. I do believe that. And I do believe they probably looked at us as workers. You know what I mean? You know?
Like they look at the Mexicans today.
Right.
You know, only the fact
but 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say one more thing, and then we'll let you talk. I know I met a Jew guy, right? You know what I mean? He's a younger version, though, so he don't get to get none of the money. He had to actually live through the Holocaust, is what they're trying to say, the reason why he don't get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we was talking about, how bad we was treated. He said, well, try thousands of us dying. I said, thousands? I said, how about millions? For a fact, what about 100 million? He got on his phone. And guess what? I never heard nothing else. Stop trying to act like y'all was the dirtiest and got done the dirtiest.
But I'm gonna show you. I'm
gonna
show you something. But speaking of the slaves, did you know that? I mean, because I believe in it. And did you know that there are stories and documents that every year during hurricane season, the hurricane takes off from Africa where it started, and comes right here to where, and that's why they call it hurricane season, because it's hurricane, her mother Africa is where they stole her children, and she's sending the raft every year, and it never fails. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna also explain something else to you. You know that only probably about 15,000 Africans actually came to America from Africa, right? They were dropped off everywhere else.
Even if it was just one. The death blow.
Only reason why I'm saying that is because we were already here. We are the Native Americans. See, they watched that. Okay,
watch our history.
And the ones that we look at right now with the casinos, their ancestors was Asians. They brought them over here too.
Right.
Mixed us. See, but they had breeding farms in Virginia. You know what I mean? Some of us is real kin and don't even know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna get off of it. I'll let you bring it.
Nah, you good.
Some big stuff over there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got in the conversation yet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good.
I told her this is what I do. I ain't no taking no.
But on the real front though, not saying that this wasn't, their main thing is to keep us so scattered. The Bible talks about dry bones in the valley, how they scattered.
Right.
And the only way they can hold dominance, keep their dominance, is to keep us scattered.
Don't it make
because
sense?
okay, I'm gonna give you some examples of the last couple of years of things that's done happened.
Right.
First you had the Kanye rant.
You're right.
Everybody trying to figure out the Kanye, keeping us distracted, right?
True.
Kanye rant.
Yes.
And then what you had? Who was that?
Epstein.
And not Epstein. Then we got the Cat Williams interview.
Cat Williams.
Now we got Puffy.
Yep.
And all these other things to keep us back.
Jaguar Right.
Yeah, Jaguar Right. And then now we got, you go on social media, we got men and women debate.
Yep.
We don't need y'all don't need us. We don't F a nigga.
The
we don't need
in the world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Keeping us like this, you know what I'm saying? But the main thing about it is the key prize is the young black boys that's out here shooting.
And that's why
but see, look, but what they don't realize is that, with the right knowledge given to them boys, instead of being Bloods and Crips, trace them back to their DNA, and you'll see that they're nothing but Zulu warriors from Africa.
Didn't I tell you that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Zulu
I didn't say Zulu warriors, but what I did
African
tell them,
tribes.
you know what I told them? That the ones that's in these gangs that's going to prison, getting away from us, that's our military.
Mm-hmm.
That's our military. Every culture has a military, but us.
Exactly. But see, I'm gonna show you. You can go Google this up. This white guy that used to be a member of the Klan. He was on the video talking, and many white people coming out saying this, how they are scared as hell of us in America. Yeah. Now looking at. We sitting there thinking like, why the hell y'all scared of us? Right. I mean, we ain't.
Wasn't it supposed to be the other way around?
Yeah. Why y'all scared of us?
Yeah.
It's almost like, have you ever went to a friend's house and they got a pit bull? And when you walk in, you startled. Yep. And they're like, oh, no, don't worry. He friendly. Just let him rub up on you and everything like that. You rubbing up on his see friend. But in the back of your mind, you thinking that thing can change anytime. That's the way they see us in America. Yep, that's true. You know what I'm saying? That's true. They like, good analogy. Black people, they friendly. But, matter of fact, they thought it was going to come to head when that riot broke out in Alabama. On the boat. They all going to be the domino effect.
Did everybody not get a chill or
man,
feel for watching that?
Boy. It's almost like we finally got a touchdown on the board. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we been getting the hell. We getting 42 to nothing.
Money was sent to them to help them out down there.
Man. I mean,
we actually all came together. Now, I ain't trying to say it's right that but the situation and how it happened. There was an elderly man doing his job. You know what I mean? And then when everybody, I met other truck drivers that was, what's up, brother? Now we are brothers. Usually you go to truck stop, don't nobody talk. It's our house. That truck is our house. You see everybody out there congregating. We in a group now. It was crazy though. Yeah. Anyway, but you're absolutely right though.
But they thought that was going to cause a domino effect. Right. And so immediately, they put things to distract us to keep our mind off of that. Yeah. It worked. And if you notice, right before that, what was happening was Kanye talking about the Jewish people. Jews. You know what I'm saying? They had because after Kanye did the Jew thing, Kyrie Irving started doing the Jew thing. Yeah. And they like, well, hold on. Both of them saying that black people are the original Jews. Now, to keep that off, we got to give some distraction somewhere.
That's right.
That was one of them.
Yes.
And then it started tripling from there. Then you had the Cat Williams, and then it started trickling on.
Yep.
Ain't nobody thought about that.
Right.
Kanye and what's the name? You ain't hear nobody talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the thing that gets me is that, you know, until we can get it in our minds that, you know, man, I mean, we are the key ingredients to turning this whole thing around.
That's
we
true.
don't even know it.
That's true.
We don't
That's
even
true.
know it.
We
That's why
do
they
have to
always try to
take.
dumb us down.
Yeah, and we fall for it every time.
Every
We do.
time,
We do.
every time.
Easy. They do it easy because we vision people.
They turn
Yeah,
the black
yeah.
woman against a black man, so they
Dumbest thing in the
divide
world.
the home, and then they just keep going on from there. Like you said, it's a domino effect.
It is. It is. And we fall for it every time. For real. We fall for it. And then it's crazy because they done got it down to an art to be able to get our own people to turn against us. It's crazy, right?
Right.
For nothing. For a piece of paper.
That's
For a
not worth
piece of
nothing.
paper. That's not worth nothing.
It's losing its value every day on the stock market.
Oh my God! And ain't
Yeah.
nobody talking about it. Nobody
No.
talking about it.
No.
So, but I'm gonna change this up a little bit because you named a couple people that you know what I mean had some distractions. I'm gonna tell you one distraction I don't mind having, and I really like this guy. So I'm gonna give him some accolades on here. Charleston White.
Oh man,
I do, man. Charleston White is actually smart.
I love
man.
him. I love him.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to be doing. We need to be. He called it a nigger nation. You know what I mean? Which I'm not mad about it, but I don't want other people using the word. You know what I mean?
Right,
You
right.
know, because I can't see it coming out of an Asian mouth. I can't see it coming out of a white person's mouth. Chinese, whatever. You know what I mean? The word doesn't fit right with me. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Now, but what I do get though is we got to start policing our own communities. You know.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you know, it's amazing how I was talking to a preacher about 10 years ago, and I ain't gonna say his name. You know, pretty
Yeah.
real
Okay.
well-known preacher.
Okay.
You know, and we were talking about, you know, the problems in our community.
For sure.
And I said, man, look, if all these churches around here, the preachers met in one church and had an idea, we're going to take $5 million out of all these churches, and with the money from the collection plate, we're going to pay them to patrol our neighborhood. We put 5 in the projects, 5 in the fab, 5 in the valley, 5 on the streets, or whatnot, and we corner the whole market. Now, if any, I mean, you had, because you got Morning Star, they got vans, Exodus got vans. Well, we put some guys that just camps out in the car. Because if anybody do a drive-by shooting, we got somebody can stop them.
Get them.
You know, we got other guys, foot patrol.
It's our job.
Yes. If we did that, we wouldn't have no problem.
Oh, we can
You know
shut
what
it
I'm
all
saying?
down.
But the thing about it is, everybody would be wanting to be the head honcho, and with
That's the
that
problem.
faith-based initiative that a lot of preachers got,
Yeah.
they're not allowed to do that type of stuff.
See what I'm
You know
talking
what I'm saying?
Because they're getting something from it.
Yeah, because you notice,
somebody
you
else.
know, when a black person gets shot now, the churches ain't out marching, protesting like they did back in Dr. King
See what I'm
days.
talking about?
You know what I'm saying? The faith-based initiative thing that they received, basically like, look, let the lawyers and the legal system take care of that. You just stay over here. And they basically being quiet.
So
you know what I'm saying?
what they say is that they can't mix church and government together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the Catholic Church do it all the time.
Yeah. And don't they do that when they shut down for Christmas?
All the time.
Don't they do that when they forcing these kids into school? Like, oh, we gonna tell you about this holiday. We don't care if you celebrate it or not.
Right,
We're gonna
right.
tell you about this holiday. I'm like, my daughter come home, she be like, oh, it's such and such coming up. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How you know about? Oh, we
Yeah.
learned about that at school. But what about the people that don't believe in that?
That's right.
I remember when I was in school, it used to be a girl. She was like, I want to think she was Hispanic or something, but they didn't believe in, like, you know, the Christmas or any of that. They didn't believe in none of that.
Right.
So anytime we had conversations about that, they make her leave.
What?
They send her to another room to go sit there by herself. But why not just take that out the whole school system? Teach them what they need to know. Quit teaching them stuff that ain't got no relevance to like anything that they got going on.
I'm gonna change this up though. I'm gonna take it back to, you know what I mean, the business side, right? So, like I said in your introduction, I remember you starting with a grill and utensils.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I was also and what I was gonna say, yo, he started on the corner and slinging plates like crack in the 80s. You know what I mean? You know, you were getting it. But like I said, you set a curriculum that we all could use, right? Because I know there's been times where money was funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know there's been times when it seemed like you're doing it all by yourself, and the participation ain't like, you know what I mean, you think it is. But what you still doing what you're doing, and now you got your cafe open, you know what I mean, your spot open. How was the road going to get to where you are right now, and where are you planning on going?
Man, bro, I'm trying to tell you. I've told many people about this story, man. They were like, man, you need to write a book on this. But, man, this road will really force you to believe in God in everything that you believe, because, it's not always everybody think that once you believe in God, is always a mile of red roses.
Right.
It ain't that, because, God says, I'm going to try you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see if you really want this.
Yeah.
I was at a time, I'm going to show you where I'm trying to tell you, man, anything that I've even wanted, God was there for, but he put me through the work for it.
Right.
But,
before you keep going.
Yeah.
Would you please repeat the last thing you just said?
I said anything that I ever wanted, God made sure that I was going to show that I wanted. I had to work for it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
What is it? Faith without works?
It's dead. It's dead as hell.
That's all I was going to say. That's all I want everybody to stop thinking that it's just supposed to fall in your lap.
Nah, man. But I mean, everybody can remember when I used the IGA. Matter of fact, I was up at the A1 Super Rec before they closed down.
Down across from across from the IGA. That's now what, that Asian spot, Japanese.
Yeah, that too.
See, I said on the corner, the street corners. You was out there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man, it was days, man, when I could go anywhere and sell anytime.
Right.
And bro, this is no lie. The last year and a half before I opened up my cafe, everywhere I went, man, they counseled me out. I went to the IGA. At first, they said that we're gonna have to have you to stop selling drinks because we selling sodas in here. I'm like, well, that's business. That's a business decision. I understand that. I've been here about 5 years, but all of a sudden, I guess they were losing money. It wasn't for me to question. So I was like, okay. So after that, a month later, they was like, well, hey, we're gonna have to start charging you $25 every time you come out. I'm like, bro, people don't really start coming to your store until I come out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing you business. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I'm like, I ain't going to go with that, So I decided not to do it the IGA no more. So I went to the projects and everything like that, and I was doing good in the projects.
Right.
And then housing authority people start lying on me, talking about I was, leaving trash everywhere.
No doubt.
I'm like, man, that's a lie. I said, I paid the little kids that I heard playing to clean up, just because they would always ask me for food or money.
Yeah, that's right.
I just let them clean up, and so I knew that there was. So housing authority took their word over mine. So they're like, well, we're gonna ban you from cooking here.
No doubt.
So I'm like, okay. So then I went to Hilltop.
Right.
Man, Hilltop was out the chain.
Okay.
I went to Hilltop, man. Man, bro, I went to Hilltop. And I remember I was closing down around 11 o'clock. Bro, we stayed there at about 4 in the morning.
What?
At 4 in the morning.
Like that?
Man, because I remember it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
And, it was some people that didn't go to the club, and they saw me out there.
All right.
So they came, they placed order. And then while they were waiting on their food, they called somebody else and said, I'm down here, Jumbo Boy. He in Hilltop. We giving food, boom, boom, boom. So they were like, hey, tell them to wait till we get there and everything like that. We're going to come. So while they was waiting, they started taking out cars, playing cars on the hood.
Okay.
Turning up
And it turned out.
bro, next thing you know, we were there. I say about like 3 o'clock in the morning. Police came.
Yeah.
And they saw that they didn't get a call. They just happened to be riding by.
No doubt.
Wasn't nobody bothering. They just left us alone. So the white people that ain't used to that many.
No doubt. Yeah, I can imagine.
Not hostile. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got a little word from the Hilltop. We banning you from here too. So everywhere I went, man, I was just like getting banned and everything like that. Yeah. And after I got situated in my cafe, I got to thinking like, man, that wasn't the people that was doing that. That was God himself. Because he was closing them doors because had I been allowed to still do in the parking lot, I'd still be there to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
he had to put some heat on me to move to force me.
So, not to cut you off, I'm
ahead.
not interrupting, but I know you religious, and I know that about you, right? But I noticed you keep giving credit to the Most High, right?
Right.
I just I can't help it, y'all.
Go ahead.
I want you to start giving yourself credit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for real. You are not mysterious. You watching yourself put in the work. You know, I watched you put in the work. I done business with you to put in work because you do work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, but hey,
I'm saying,
I got you.
Because our problem as men, this is why I'm saying what I'm saying out there, right? Because I my belief is different. That's the only reason why I'm saying, right? But men, what we don't do is put ourselves on a pedestal. You know what I mean? Even if we do believe in a mysterious Jesus, whatever y'all want to say, then it's the woman. You know what I mean? Then it's the kids. When the hell you gonna put yourself up here? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. That's just me.
You good.
I believe that for us to be back to being men again, we got to stand on the very top of the totem pole. Then everybody else. Now I understand if you religiously believe in God. I'm not trying to knock that. You know what I mean? But I want to hear people start giving themselves, men. You know what I mean? The accolades. That's why I try to gas it up for you when you came here, because you for real. We watched you do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't watch nothing mysterious. Nothing happened. What I believe, what you was wanting to do in your mind, you manifested out through actions.
Right.
That's my belief. But now you go back to do, what I mean, what you gonna say.
But see, okay, but then that goes back to a part where in the Bible. See, I live by this parable in the Bible.
Right.
You know, where it says, he that humbles himself will be exalted. He who exalts himself will be humble. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give myself none. You know, the God in me, yes.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Because, the Bible says in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was God, and the Word was with God. So when you ingest that Word, you ingesting God. Because the Word then becomes flesh. Because you make it a part of you. And belief works without faith is dead. So when you working on that faith, you bring it alive. You know what I'm saying? So when I give the Most High credit, I'm giving myself credit within that too, because the Word became flesh.
So again, I feel like also in that same Bible, and you quoted it, the God that's within, right?
Right.
So if you giving credit to God within, then it ain't mysterious.
No.
Okay, because
I don't believe in no mysterious God.
Okay. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand that, but that's
because
good.
The Bible said ye are gods.
Thank you.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
ain't the only one that said it.
That's all. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want nobody out here to feel like, what are you talking about? We all are. Okay.
We're gods. Yeah.
Just like water, right? Now we could take things and dip and have a cup or a phone full of water. This microphone can get drained in water, have water in it. It could be in all types of shapes and forms.
Right.
But if you can drain it all back in the same thing, all of it's still water.
Right.
That's us.
Right.
That's why we all connected. We all are connected. You know what I mean? If you believe that you got the higher power in you, you know what I mean?
Right.
And this is how you know you got the higher power in you, because you be driven to do positive things.
Yeah.
You know
but you can also, be a devil too.
It's in you.
You know what I'm saying? Because just like, you're on this side of God, you take everything of positive you got into negative and you go the other direction.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we all got both tendencies.
We do.
It's the duality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It depends on which part of it that you feed the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you feed on positive, if you sitting out here listening to, I'm gonna kill this nigga all day, this, that, and the third, then you go watch Boys in the Hood, and then you
playing them shooting games.
Yeah. I bet you 9 out of 10 times you come outside your house, you mean mugging everything walking through. You know what I'm saying? Wait, I wish a nigga would. You know what I'm saying?
But I heard you had some hands though. That's what you want to talk about. I heard you had some hands though. Yeah. You didn't think I was gonna bring that up. I heard you had some hands though. Hey, yo, So how have it been though, being in your own spot though now, instead of having to travel? Though?
Beautiful, man.
Are you still getting the exact same type of participation though?
I'm getting the love, bro. I mean, look, see, it's amazing when you see. I mean, one day last week, man, it was really comical, man.
Okay.
But I had a lot of people in the cafe.
Okay.
I mean, it was packed.
All right.
And I was the only black person.
Yeah.
You know what
That's what we want.
And then my man from Sunny Valley, man, he came up there to order his hot dogs. He came in, he was looking
shocked them.
Where the niggas at? You know?
Yeah. But did they order though? Did they enjoy themselves?
Man, I mean, you would think that they was at one of their familiar spots.
That's
you
good.
know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And but you know, it's been good. Matter of fact, you know, I truly want to give mad love to my man Dez, Whitney Nicole, Cynthia Monroe, all them other ones out there doing it, man, because man, they doing their thing. Okay. They doing their thing. Yeah.
So, you know, off of what we was just talking about, right, about your cafe, what if we come up with a plan and do an event? You know what I mean? Well, we can do an event. No doubt, and we'll put it on here, like, you know what I mean, to market it, so people gonna know we can build up and just throw something together. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I'm open to anything.
Right,
I don't never shoot that down.
No doubt. We'll talk about that after this though. But yeah, man, definitely, man. So you know, like I said, I've been real impressed. I've been watching, been following you for a long time, even when I was a kid in Bedrock. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even know that. I was in Bedrock.
Hey, that's where it started, man.
Yeah. So I want just to throw a little bit about my personal though, how I end up in Bedrock though. You know, my mom was shot in the leg at work one day, and so we had to move to the country with my grandmother. And I loved it down there. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man, yeah.
I wouldn't have ever thought that. You know what I mean? But once we got into, you know what I mean, chickens and eggs and cows and gardening and eating from the earth for real, falling out of trees and wasn't breaking bones because we eating from the earth for real, eating berries straight off the vines. I didn't want to come back, but we had to. But what I realized, what the country done to me was made me a gladiator. Man. You know what I mean? Chopping wood and carrying arms full of wood to the crib. It made us, you know what I mean? Man. So when we went back to Bedrock, ain't gonna lie to you though, I used to get bullied. You know what I mean? My first fight was in Bedrock. Nobody was gonna accept who is this, you know what I mean? Third grade too, for real though. But after that though, I got cool with everybody down there. Everybody, you know what I mean? It's love though, once everybody, you know what I mean? But wasn't nobody gonna accept me at first.
You know what? And that's the problem we had today. See, like back in them days, man, we had like Bedrock, we had the Fad, we had the Valley. We didn't have what we have now. We had like communities that were families. Like you go to Bedrock, everybody knew each other. Yeah. Everybody messed with each other. Yeah. You know, cause we didn't when we was going when we lived in Bedrock, I would go to the mall. And I would always go with 5 homies. Yeah. Not no gang, it's just family. You know, we go to the mall, just cut up, do like teenagers do. We wouldn't go look for no trouble, just go have fun. We had a memory.
But it was best to go with people though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I
And
mean?
but nowadays we don't have that. We have people, we just have our next door neighbor.
That's it, man.
Back then we can go next door and borrow a cup of sugar.
Yeah, not now.
Boy, man, now don't try to get stamps.
Communities ain't communities.
No, man.
You know what I mean? For real though, you know what I mean? And I'm glad that people are participating in your business, man, and helping you get there, right? Because like I said, this is the purpose of having an obstructive vision, man. We need to start taking them blinders off and start realizing that we need to spend money with us.
Right.
That's we do it. We enrich. I just said we was the second richest nation in America. Yeah. And we keep everybody else rich.
Everybody rich, brother.
That's unreal.
It's amazing how and I speak for a lot of black businesses with this, man. Sure. It's amazing how like especially those of us that cook. Right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta lower ourselves down. in order to get some black business.
See?
Because, okay, like, for example, you might have a cat, selling the plate $15.
Right.
You had cats come in, man, that's too much. But you go to Applebee's and spend $15 on an appetizer.
You see what I'm talking about?
Not even a full meal.
Right.
And what kills me is that how, you got people, like I said, Dez, Whitney, Cynthia Monroe. What we designing is home cooked meals.
Right.
What Applebee's and them get, they get it off the IFH truck.
That's right.
It's frozen.
Yep.
They come slapping on the grill, slapping in the grease, and serve it to you. And they charge you this outrageous pricing because it's from Applebee's. You don't blink.
Yeah.
I'm glad you bring it up.
I mean, for example, like, okay, for like my brownies, for example.
All right.
$3. Man, $3 for a brownie. But you can go look on.
You ain't bring me no brownie though.
Yeah.
You can go look on Applebee's menu. You can go look on Kickback Jack's menu. Their brownies are $5 and up. And what they get them brownies brought, because you go there, you don't see nobody back there baking no brownies.
No.
Everything frozen.
Yeah, everything frozen. It's shipped in from
somewhere
else. They slice it up and just serve it to you. You go to Walmart and get that.
Same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly
Same thing.
Yep.
But when we give it to you homemade, it's a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the. But what's so messed up about that is though, white people look at that and say, your prices are too low.
Yeah, they do. Yes.
Black people like, man, that's too much.
Yeah,
it's because
it's you.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question. What you got for vegetarian people though?
Oh yeah, I got
it.
Matter of fact, I just salad. I'm trying to really work on that because I'm getting a lot of that. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm trying to go that way myself.
That's good.
Yeah, it's better on this side.
Yeah.
And it's better for the body too, though. For real, they cut out a lot. Really and truly, this is for the audience out there. For real, please like, subscribe, and share. Make sure y'all go to John Boys. Participate, man. Show this man some love. He been in the game for a long time. But before you do that, I just want to say that just about the diet. If you can't stop eating meat, cut down on your carbs and your sugar. Now go ahead.
I was gonna say, I remember the first time I ever had John Boys, and I think it was like a hot dog or something. And he was like, "Oh, I don't do that pork shit. I don't do that." I was like, "What? Turkey, hot dogs, whatever." Yeah. But now looking back at it, like I don't eat meat. I ain't ate meat in a long time. But that's the thing, that's the small choices that we do make, moving forward. When you make that small choice not to eat pork. Or whatever, you make that choice. When you make the choice, if you don't want to eat just regular chicken out the store, you want to get, natural or whatever. That's some small choices that we make. It's not really hard to quit eating meat. Yeah. It's your mind frame. Right. Because once you do it and you realize, I can still have a good diet and still eat and enjoy food and not have to incorporate meat in it. Right. Like, I'm scared to eat meat. If I see it, I be wanting to eat it. I ain't even gonna lie. I been wanting a crispy fish sandwich for a minute.
Me too.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm scared to know what it's gonna do when I eat it. I know I'm gonna be sick. So it's like, ain't no going.
So, Jumbo, how long have you been in business, though? Not to cut you off.
Well, in my cafe, it's going on 9. But as far as cooking all together, it's going on 27 years.
Good God almighty.
Yeah, 27 years.
So you put in the groundwork.
Yeah. Man, and not only that, I was, doing my oils, incense, and all that stuff, And man, I was going back to the, part where, I'll show you how, God works. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
I remember I was in Shelby. This is the roughest neighborhood in Shelby. I think it's called Ramblewood, something like that, man. Yeah. So I was, what I usually do is I would put like $10 worth of gas in my car and leave all my money at home.
No doubt.
I go everywhere I go broke.
No
so
doubt.
It'll force me to hustle. Because you can't get back home unless you make some money.
Sense.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You can't get back home unless you make some money.
That
so
makes sense.
I decided to go to Shelby and everything like that, and I used to always hear about this neighborhood. Right. It's the road. You don't want to go there and everything. So right. I remember I was in Shelby and I was at this gas station. I was asking this black lady, I was like, where is Ramblewood, whatever they call it, where that neighborhood at? And she was like, you go down this road, make a right, and you keep straight, and you run right into it and everything like that. And she said, why are you looking for that neighborhood? I said, I'm just looking for the roughest neighborhood I can find. And she was like, you must just got out of prison or something. I said, I ain't just got out of prison. I just got some work to do.
All right.
She was like, well, baby, I'm going to tell you one thing. You seem like you got good intentions. Before the sun go down, get out of that neighborhood.
Okay.
And everything. So me being hard-headed, I'm not, listening to that. So I was working that neighborhood. I was making some money, boy, and I was getting to know the people and everything like that.
Right.
And the minute the sun started going down and everything like that, I still working, knocking on doors, trying to sell my oils and incense, getting told a lot of no's. But when I get told yes, it's the good yes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I'm coming out of this one man's house, from selling him some oil. So I'm getting my stuff together and everything like that. And behind me is some young boys, on a car, one was slap boxing, the other two, they playing cards and everything like that. So I see two of them lean over to each other like, who's this nigga right here? I'm like, it's about to be on.
Yeah, no doubt.
I said, hey, I'm sitting here in the back of my mind, I'm like, y'all the niggas I've been looking for. You know what I'm saying? So I got my oils and stuff, and I went over there walking to them, and it had to be God in me, because I look back and now I'm thinking like, what the hell was I thinking? But, I walked up into the middle of the circle.
Okay.
And I was asking them, hey, y'all want to buy some oils, incense, this, that, there, boom, boom, boom. And they were like, where you from? I like, well, I'm from Hickory, and I was telling them I'm from Hickory and everything like that, and I could feel the energy, and then he was like, man, you ain't scared, you like, how we ain't gonna jump you and everything like this, that, there. I said, man, look, I believe that if it's my time to go, I could be in the most safest place on earth.
That's right.
Can't escape death.
You're exactly
I
right.
said, if you're going to bring it to me, bring it to me.
No doubt.
I said, but I'm here to help you. And so I start kicking a little knowledge to them and everything like that,
Right.
And I can tell they were mentally disarming themselves and everything like that,
That's a good.
And
I like how you say that. Mentally disarmed.
I was like, man, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, how would it make your life a lot better killing me? You know what I'm saying? You don't even know me, you know? So we get to talking and everything like that. Then one of the dudes said, oh, you must be one of them motherfucking Muslims, No doubt. Yeah. I said, bro, I'm not no motherfucking Muslim. I'm a Muslim.
No doubt.
I said, let's get that straight. I showed him I had the energy he had.
That's right. Yeah.
So, we're sitting there, we're sitting there kicking it and everything like that, And one dude talking about, I met a cat in prison, he was Muslim, and boom, 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 we kicked it. So one of the OGs, he after we got through talking, he said, hey man, let me holler at you for a second. He said, he pulled me to the side and everything like that. He said, hey, look, man, I'm about to go in and watch TV because I got to go to work tomorrow. But I live in that apartment right there. You having a problem with any of these niggas, you come knock on that door and get me. And I'm like, what? He's like, man, he's already dapped me up and everything like that. I said, man, I ain't gonna have no problem with it because I'm about to leave anyway because I'm tired and everything like that. But all of them bought something before I left. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to the fact we got to quit being afraid of our people.
That's
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
Because
they're not the animals that they're portrayed to be.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? See, these young boys nowadays, man, really, if you look at what they're dealing with, don't nobody want them.
Right.
Don't nobody like
That's
them.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The school system don't want them.
Nope.
The police departments don't like them.
Nope.
And we done rejected them. You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
So
I'm listening.
Where else do they got to go?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really, back in the 90s, we dropped the ball. Rather than really bonding with these boys, we were too busy having fun, chasing women, making money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We wasn't thinking about, we were thinking about how many babies we can make out of different females and everything like that. We wasn't really. So we owe them a debt because we left them in this world with no blueprints on how to deal with this white man's racist system.
You know what? And I'm gonna speak on what you just said, right? Because for a long time, that's all I've been doing is giving back. And I'm talking about to the youth.
Right,
you know what I mean? Anybody I ever dated, talked to that had kids, I was a role model. I might have said and done dumb shit in front of them, but I didn't allow them to act like that. You know what I mean? So I never was afraid of anybody's daddies, uncles, and none of that. If I come in, I'm a man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if your mama hollering at you and keep telling you the same thing, I'm man enough to tell you, boy, didn't you hear your mama tell you to sit your little ass down?
Right.
I can't help it. It's just me.
Right.
So what you're saying is absolutely right. And the purpose for my mission is to start having men be men. You know what I mean? Okay, it costs to patrol our neighborhoods. But let's start somewhere, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and the reason why I'm saying that is because you started somewhere with your business. You started somewhere, and that start wasn't really just with the physical part. It started with a thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't think no more. You know what I mean? And that's our problem. So if we can just do things to get men to start thinking again, we don't got to be afraid of our kids, like you said.
No,
we don't have to. But we can give them structure. You know what I mean? But what I want to do is get some of these veterans to start training these little boys how to use their minds. You know what I mean? For real, all jokes, because that's what they are. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know, and that's just what all I was gonna say about
it. Man, it was about 3 weeks ago, man. I was walking through the valley, and some of the dudes that I know personally that be doing the shooting and stuff, they were standing behind this one apartment. They didn't see me coming and everything like that. You know, and I said with a big stern voice, "What y'all getting into?" And they froze. They didn't know, because it was getting close to dark. They couldn't make out who I was and everything like that. And they just sat there and froze. And then as I walked close, they're like, "Whew, John boy, man, why you do that to him?" I said, "What y'all into?" You're like, "Oh, nah, man, we just back here chilling and everything like that." I said, "Man, y'all about to get into something, though, ain't you?" He's like, "Nah, man, we just back here chilling. We just thought I didn't know with my image, because of where I was in the dark, they didn't know if I was a police or what. You know what I'm saying? But they need to hear that type of voice in their life, because a lot of cats ain't getting told no. You know, I had a guy, man. He actually was in a gun battle with somebody close to me. You know, we didn't know each other like that. You know what I'm saying? He came to my cafe, and he asked me. He said, "Hey man, you mind if I get a fish sandwich on the house, man? I'm hungry and everything like that." I'm like, you know, I was sitting there, you know, playing with him. I said, "I don't know, man." He said, I said, "Man, you look familiar." He was telling me who he was and everything like that, and I still couldn't make out who he was. And then he said, "I was involved in a shooting, such also." I like, "Oh." I said, "Bro, I give you a fish sandwich, you sit down and talk to me." He said, "Man, you got a deal." So, bro, by the time we got through, he was teaching me just as much as I was teaching him.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was telling him, I said, "Man, bro, you know, why would y'all want to kill your own people, this, that, and third?" And he, the story that, the story he gave me, man, was similar to what Mike gave me before he transitioned from us. I talked to Mike, man, and man, I don't care what nobody say. That was an angel to me. I mean, I don't care how the street saw him or whatever. No doubt. Every time I saw him, man, he had this most humble heart. Yeah. And me and him talking and everything like that. And I was, talking, I said, "Mike, man," I said, "Man, you gotta get out the game and everything like that." You know, he said, "Man, these are his words to me." He said, "Man, dumb boy, I can get out of this game and become a preacher. But I mean, it's so deep, man, my enemies are gonna come after me regardless." You know, it's like some guys are so stuck into this game, they done so much. Even if they wanted to come out, they can't, because, you know, the enemies, the people that's after them, they gonna still come for them. I mean, unless they can really prove that you out of this game and you done made amends for what you did or whatnot, man, you still. I mean, it's a lot of guys I see that just move up out of the area so they can start fresh somewhere else. You know, but they ain't gonna mention their name. Yeah. But it's almost impossible to say that there's not one of them that I haven't talked to yet. Yeah. You know, because when they come through the cafe, we rap, man. Yeah.
And you know what? That's what I was telling somebody, though, that my mission was to get to those type of guys.
Man, I mean, man, dude, bro, I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. Them jokers, if you come at them right, man, they ain't got nothing but. Yeah. They know. They looking for that, you know, part of their life.
Figures.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, anybody that grew up without, I don't care if you're a woman. You still look for that father figure. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I'm saying that we got to get off these videos, commercials that's dogging men. You know what I mean? Man. We are some of the most important beings on the planet. Man. Is the man. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that if you get rid of the protection, you know what I mean? If you get rid of the head, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, they can say whatever they want to, but Without that man, everything about that culture crumbles. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened when they started that pipeline, from school to pipeline.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Crack. Even though they released crack in the 80s into our neighborhoods, they was already researching crack in the 60s. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, they already knew what to do with us. But you know who else I blame? And I said a lot. You know what I mean? I blame Martin Luther King. You know, because before his dream, everything was ours. We didn't care about what they done and how they act and treated us, because we gonna just go to our own. But because of his dream, we forfeit everything that we was running, everything we had control over, everything that we built, and then build theirs and gave it to them, and just to sit with you and say, man, we friends now.
Well, you know what? Martin Luther King,
he realized it at the end, though.
But see, yeah, my thing is he was the best. He was really a big help to us, because okay, we look at him and say his integration hurt us, but black folk were so desperate to integrate with them. Man, we had to have somebody to help integrate, just to show us, look, see, it didn't work. See, because it's almost like, you saying, it's almost like your child asking you for something and you tell them, man, no, that,
keep telling them no.
Yeah, you keep telling them no, and you tell them the reason why no. And then you finally like, okay, look, I'm going to let you go ahead and do it. And then they see it don't work. See what I'm telling you? That's why I didn't want to do it.
I try to get you to avoid it.
Martin Luther King had to be the tool to help,
that makes
so that we can see, look.
I'm glad you put it like that.
Yeah, see, look, it don't work. It made it
Auntie, you can put that picture back up now. Get that down.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I understand that.
Man, I mean, sometimes, it's like we're a body. And this is what black people do not realize, is that we are a body. But in the body structure, the eyes don't have to do what the nose do.
That's right.
The mouth don't have to do what the legs do.
That's true.
We don't all have to do the same thing, but we all got to be united to work for the one structure called body.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Because if the arm do what the hell it want to do, it's called a stroke.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If the arm don't want to listen to the brain, you got a stroke on.
That's
you.
true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Or you're handicapped.
That's right.
If one limb go one iota out of the way, you got to go to the hospital for something.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's us. We as black people. That's why we are considered mental. We are a dead people, because the thing that anything that's dead can't move,
right?
And we as black people, we ain't making moves.
No, we don't.
Anything that's dead is laying around.
It is.
Black people, that's what we doing. We laying around.
It's true. It's true.
Collecting worms, collecting dust.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So we gotta be put on a. We need CPR.
Bam.
We need CPR.
Resuscitation.
Yes, we need resuscitation. Yeah.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
But you know what? And then I try to explain to people that stop calling ourselves black. You know what I mean? Because if we go into like the Black Laws dictionaries, or if you really research the word black, it's dead. It means that. You know what I mean? Flatline. It's no life is what they say. So why do we sit around and call? We the only race of people that get name changes or culture changes all the time.
Right.
African American, black, Negro.
But
I remember seeing on my ancestors' birth certificate though,
Negro, capital. I mean, small letter N.
Yeah.
I think it's on mine too.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
I think it's on mine.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go back to the black thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now you said if you look up the word black, what does it mean? Okay. We gotta go back to who defined it.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
You right.
Who defined it?
You right.
Because if you look at the word human, hue is color. Man is the color of the man. So you gotta have a hue. You know what I'm saying? So what hue do you define yourself as?
Brown.
Brown. But that's what we are today. Back when Dr. Leakey went to find the origin of human beings,
they was black as this mic.
Yeah, yes. they were called xenjanthropus.
Okay.
Blue black.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
And they look like it too.
Yeah,
That's why I said
yeah.
like that. They look blue.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Some of them still live. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And, matter of fact, in what's the name in Saudi Arabia and all them up. Yes. And so if you look at, you know, that's why, man. I saw this little clip today, man, where they were talking about the most powerful woman on the planet Earth is the black woman.
It is.
And it's. Man, I gotta send that to you. But what it basically saying is how a white guy cannot say that they are the first people on Earth, because if him and his wife have a baby and that baby come out brown, he'll know instinctively that she cheated on him.
That's right.
Because two white people can't create
nothing but
brown.
white. Nothing but white. They can't
but
create no
this
other.
sister right here can get with a blue black nigga and still create albino, because she got the whole rainbow in her. Mm-hmm. They only got one in them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean,
I'm going to tell you what that is. It's called the Eve gene. You know, only black women have it. And when it mutates, it creates all the other cultures. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can look that up. Anybody out there that don't believe me, that's where Adam and Eve came from. Because everything in this world is made of atoms. And when two atoms come together, it forms something. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know that. But when they talk about Adam and Eve came together and created humans, that's true. But it wasn't humans. It was the Eve gene mutated and made a physical being. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say this too for everybody out there. The most important part of all of it is, if that man's semen didn't impregnate that woman, it wouldn't be nobody here.
But see, if you really look at it, the story of Adam and Eve is the beginning of Caucasian history.
Yep, it surely is.
You know what I'm saying?
It
Not
is.
us.
No, you're right. That's why the mutation part is in there.
Start of Adam, I'm going to say that for the viewers.
It's true, though. You're right.
The story of Adam and Eve is the start of white people history.
It's true.
Because before them, we didn't need books.
No.
We didn't need nothing. As a matter of fact, our forefathers back in ancient Egypt wrote stuff on the Dead Sea Scrolls and stuff like that to remind people how to live on this earth while the new man come and rule. So when the new man came, we had to form Bible, Quran, Torah, and we had to reveal books every 2,000 years, because every 2,000 years you got a prophet. You got Moses, you got Jesus, you got Muhammad. Moses was 4,000 years ago, Jesus 2,000 years ago, Muhammad was just 1,500 years ago. You know, every 2,000 years, you had to have a prophet to keep these new people in check to the laws of God. Before them, we didn't need that. You know, we lived. That's why in the Quran, there's a part in the Quran where it says, you know, God's talking to the angels, and He said, "I'm gonna create a man, and I'm gonna place him in the earth." And the angels asked him, "What would you create except that which would create mischief and blood?" Because everything on the earth was peaceful. Ain't nothing else you can create except something that's going to cause mischief.
I'm going to say something to you, not to cut you off, and I want you to remember what you're talking about, though, because we had a past guest, Erwin. Erwin said something that you just said, but he said it kind of differently, but it's the exact same thing. Before there were humans on this earth, everything was peaceful. Erwin said that, what should we do to make everything on the earth to go back to normal and back to brightness and fruits and vegetables? I'm looking like shit. If you want me to be technical about it, anybody that ain't got 1% of black in them.
Yeah.
But this is what he said. He said, no. He said, humans got to go. And I debated with him. I debated with him like, well, so you one of them ones that think that, you know what I mean, killing off people just to make, you know what I mean? But when you said the way you just did, now I can understand what you're saying. And I didn't really understand why he would think that killing off people would help the planet. But if the planet gonna come back to its original self, where it's bearing fruits, where we can eat off of her, people do gotta get gone.
Yeah, well, people, but mainly a mindset got to get gone.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because that's why I used to tell people all the time when they're like, man, we ought to kill all white people. Now, killing white people ain't gonna solve. No,
it ain't just them.
Killing people ain't gonna solve our problem.
It ain't. It's
because all you need is the mind, the wrong mindset in the mind of one person. You know what I'm saying? And if that one person can carry out that one mindset to keep the stuff going,
Bill Gates.
Yeah,
For real.
You know, yeah,
that's a deadly motherfucker,
man. Yeah, and he's recruited thousands that think like him. Yes. Yeah.
Hey man, that's unreal.
Yeah.
And they do it in our face.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
They openly telling you.
They do.
Yeah.
You know, they say the reason why they don't get karma or no punishment is because they do tell us. People that smoke cigarettes, it's a warning on the cigarettes what cigarettes do, right? Secondhand smoke is way worse than smoking the cigarette.
Right.
But people still do it. So how can you get mad at people that make Newports and Marlboros? You can't. They told you what this does, and you do it anyway. Yeah. So that's all. But no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, it just like like I was saying that everything on Earth at one time was just peaceful.
Right.
So the 6,000 years. Matter of fact, that's why they say you constantly hear it in the Christian churches, whatnot like that. That the devil gonna rule for 6,000 years. You know what I'm saying? But they never understood what they was talking about. See, they didn't get a comprehensive knowledge about what they're talking about. Okay. See, a lot of stuff we talk about, we really don't know what we're saying until somebody give us a body of understanding of other things. It's like we got let's see. We got black people who've been growing up in the church all their life. You know what I'm saying? And don't even know the history of the church. That's true. Bible. That's true. They go because it's tradition. But when you're taught the history of the thing, I mean, a lot of people leave the church. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, some people make the faith more stronger because Christianity is not a bad religion. No. It's just the way they carry it out. Yeah. It's now a business. It's not to reform people no more. Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you something though, because you touched on something and you kind of shied away from it, right? What's that? Okay. Do you believe in the big head doctor?
Big head doctor.
The big head scientist.
Oh, Yakub.
Yeah. So you knew exactly what the big head scientist. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you said the 6,000 year, you know that 6,000 year is up, right? Yes. So that's how I ain't gonna get all into y'all ain't ready for that.
Matter of fact, that's why the things we see going on is going on.
It's happening. You know what I'm saying? They in a rush to do something about it. That's why they try to block the sun out. Yeah. That's why they poison it in the air. That's why they poison the water. They need our pineal gland to be calcified.
But I'm gonna show you something even more deeper. Yeah. That see, cause back in the 50s, you'll see a lot. You can get with a lot of old heads, and they'll tell you this: that they would be killed if they looked at the panty line of a white woman on the line.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but for them to give us freely the white woman now is to show that and only way for their seeds to continue to go into the future. Look, now this is not no racism. Yeah, this is just actual facts. Yeah. Two white people as a couple together ain't gonna get no more than 5 kids.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, if they want to, if a white woman wants to really have children, she got to get with another race.
She do.
White man want to get more children, he gets with another race. Right. But with them together, they're basically like stagnant. It is. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
They're under zero growth population right now.
Man, the worst they done ever seen in history.
Man, the Pat Buchanan wrote a book called The Browning of America. Where he's talking about how white people are fading out. Yes. And they're dying off the planet. That's why
faster than they ever have witnessed in history.
Exactly. That's why you kill a white man, you get time.
They get rid of you.
Yes. You kill one of us. Yeah. Man, come on.
You know what? For one thing, they look at us like dead people anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you're right though.
But it's amazing. I'm gonna go right back to this. How powerful and dangerous the black man mind is. Okay, it's amazing how back in the early 1900s, man, a white boy can kill us in front of the police officer, won't do time.
Yeah.
They could have a black they can have a mob of white people burning a black man at the stake. Nobody would do time.
Right.
But that same white boy get taught teaching us how to read would get killed or prison. Yep. So you mean to tell me you're not going to give a man time for killing somebody, but for teaching a man how to read? What is it saying about that man's mind that you don't want to awaken?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That goes. I mean, but we look at ourselves every day as everyday niggas. You know,
man. Yeah,
bro. I mean, I'm trying. I'm gonna tell you about this one dude, man.
Yeah.
Robert. Yeah, the one I posted on Facebook a while back. You know, you look at him, man. You think you're looking at a homeless man, right? So when I was opening up my cafe, you know, I remember I was out there cooking in the parking lot, you know, and I had like a week to open up and everything like that. My silly self, I ain't even go test out the equipment and make sure everything was running.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So I go to test it out and everything like that, and nothing was working. I was like, oh my God, I got a week to open up. Now I got another problem on my hand and everything like that. So I'm on the phone, you know, trying to call the people in the north to see if they can come and fix it and everything like that. So I go inside the cafe and I'm stressed out and everything like that. And Robert comes in there, hey man, I need to holler. I said, bro, look, he always asks me for money.
I know you talking about.
He always asks me for money. So I'm like, man, bro,
handyman.
I ain't got time for this today, bro. You know, I said, man, I'm stressed out, this, that, and that. I said, man, come back in about 30 minutes and I'll holler at you and everything like that. So he left and everything like that. And I'm still trying to talk to these people. One company didn't work. I called another company and I called another company. So he came in the door and everything like that. I like, Robert, man, what the hell do you want? You're like, hey, man, I was trying to tell you, man, I can get all the stuff up running for you if you pay me. You know, I'm like, man, Robert, man, I ain't got time for your shit today. You know, man, bro, I'm stressed out, man. Just leave me be. You know, what the old folks say.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, man, I had my back turned towards him, man. I'm back on the phone with the people and everything. Next thing you know, I heard a big noise, a big whoosh of flyer. And I'm like, man, what the hell you doing? He said, man, I got this thing running, man. Go get me some water and everything like that. You know, I'm like, what? You know, so I hung up with them people. You know what I'm saying? I hung up with them people, yeah. He said, I got him some water and everything like that. Man, he had everything up and running within an hour. You know, and I'm, man, bro.
Let me explain something to you, right? One thing that I caught on fast to when I somersault off the porch, right? I was 13 years old the first time I ran away from home. I was probably about 15 when I done it again and ended up going to prison at 16. That's how fast my life went, right?
Yeah.
So, but in that process, I realized that people that was out there on drugs bad, homeless, were plumbers, painters, electricians, car mechanics. So you know what I did? I always had a business mind, but I didn't look at it like that. I didn't know nothing about it. I'm just on the street. I don't know nothing. I was in middle school. When I first got suspended out of school, I was flexing.
Yeah.
I was the candle wax guy or jail. Yeah. I'm out there early in the morning getting them.
Trying to come up.
Motherfuckers called Grandview. Described me to the T. Got hemmed up. Got kicked out for 15 weeks. Good thing it was candle wax, though. You know what I mean? But I was flexing early in the morning. But anyway, but just to say that, it's just, well, how can you have a mind like that? I could have been killed early. You know what I mean? But anyway, I would run across people that needed things done. Right? Like, what? You need what? My gutters they hanging off and they trying to charge me X amount of money to come and get it. Well, I know smokers.
Yeah.
Bump it up, man. Hit my aunt joint off. And I don't even know the woman, but she willing to give me $1,000 because they were trying to charge $5,000. You know what I mean? I gave them a bump. Next thing you know, 2 hours later, everything good. Thank you. So with that mind frame, I kept that like, dang. So when I started meeting different people, I noticed, oh, that's what you do? I used to get my cars worked on for a little nothing.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a contract with a nursery one day, and they needed mulch put down. They needed a swing set put up. They needed the building painted. Man, I had them working. For real. I didn't look at it as a business. I ain't had nothing. But that's how my life started with being an entrepreneur too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I give you the utmost respect, because I watched you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing. You put in the groundwork. You know what I mean? But all the little things that I done that created what I do now, I can look back on and be like, well, dang, it's because I've been doing this all my life anyway. But I got to give a shout out to my cousin Maurice Mayfield. If you out there listening, cuz you said something to me when I was young, and I still hold it to this day. He the first person that pointed out to me that I was he was like, man, you know, you're an entrepreneur. Because I be out there hustling gold chains and whatever. You know what I mean?
Hustling,
but I didn't know what the word entrepreneur was when I was in the streets like that. You know what I mean? I wasn't paying none of that. No, all I knew is 20s make hundreds. You know, hundreds make thousands. You know what I mean? But when he told me that and described to me what that was and how what I was doing, it just stuck with me. And so I give you a shout out, man, because you instilled something in me that I needed to hear. And that's what we need to be doing to all of these kids out here.
You know, and that's one reason why therapy is real good, man. I mean, you don't even have to go to no licensed therapist, man, because
that's true.
You know, you can be like, for example, you can be going through something, you know, real bad.
True indeed.
And me and you just be sitting there conversating. And God will put something in my head in the conversation. I just bring it up
all the time.
And then you be like, there it is. That's what I need. And I don't know what you needed.
Right.
You know, I mean, because I've had many times where people tell me, you know, man, back then you told me this, that, and the third, boom, boom, man, and it still stuck with me. And in my mind, like, man, I ain't told you that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because really what it was, God used me as a tool to tell them.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
The minute it left my mouth, it erased from my memory. Because it wasn't for me, it was for them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, and it stuck with them to that day.
That's right.
You know,
exactly
and
right.
as long as I do my due diligence, you know, that person will always remember me for it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That's why therapy, that's why, you know, when people going through stuff, man, you shouldn't just shut down and just like, man, I ain't gonna tell nobody. You gotta find somebody you can confide in.
Yeah.
You know, you don't wanna go somebody that's gonna put all your stuff on social media when they fall out.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Man.
So with what Jump Boy had just finished saying, I was just also putting out on a video not too long ago is that I want to start a spot for men and women. You know what I mean? But I really want to get men help. You know what I mean? Because we all do suffer from PTSD. We do got that. You know what I mean? And sometimes we don't even know why. And it's because in our DNA, things from past traumas that we don't even know that we still got latched onto us. But I got a place that I want to bring men to be able to come in, silence the brain. You know what I mean? That's something that men don't do. We don't really, and we need to be able to talk. We need to be able to do this. And it don't got to be on camera and record it. It could just be me. I'm willing to be, like you said, it don't got to be nowhere fancy to get help.
Right,
you know what I mean? But sometimes we do need to let it off. You know what I mean? Relationships, marriages, you know what I mean? Well, she don't want me to run to no woman. You know what I mean? Okay, well then holler at me. I got you. We can sit down and we can talk about it and go and see what it is we can't do to fix what we need to fix. Because we are important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and just on, you know, it's, you know, our time is up. So I just want to leave with this right here, man. We're so glad that you came, man. Yeah, we got a lot of knowledge, man. I hope that you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, man, I did.
I'm telling you,
kept going a few miles.
We was getting ready to have a Charleston right
You know what I'm talking about? So for all of you out there, man, we hope that you like, subscribe, and share, man. Chime in, and you know, like I said, man, this won't be the last time, and we definitely want to do something with you, man. And
most certainly. Like I said, I'm open. You know, I don't never shoot that down unless it's a bad idea.
That's right. That's what's up. Trish, is there anything that you wanna, you know what I mean?
Not that I can think of. I think y'all done touched base on everything for today.
Well, I'm gonna leave y'all with a little bit, a little word of advice and wisdom. You know what I mean? Let's think outside of the box. Let's get our motivational thoughts together. Let's all come together. Let's be a community again. Look at us like we brothers and sisters, like we really are, and know that if we do believe in the Most High, then believe in the Most High and go for everything that you dream of and that you want 100%. But until next time, hurrah!